What's up everyone, it's Kaisen here and welcome back to a Path of Exile tutorial. As usual, we'll start out with some items. First off we have a bow here. 3-link is nice. Some physical damage and some and some elemental damage. It's halfway decent damage, but you don't get the really high physical and you don't get the really high elemental. So it's not a great item. In most cases I would sell it to the vendor. Here we don't have life, we don't have any resists, crappy item. We have life and a very low lightning resist, still a crappy item. High life, no resists, not good. The higher we go in required level and in base level of the item, the more you have to look on these items with energy shield base. You have to look for percentage increased energy shield instead of life, and we'll get to that as we get higher level items. These gloves have decent fire resist, tiny amount of damage, they're not good. Almost no life, nothing else, terrible. Life regen, mana, decent cold, movement speed. Well, if you have terrible boots, these might be an upgrade. Otherwise, if you look at the ones that I'm wearing right now, I have more resistances, especially chaos resist, which is hard to get. Ideally you want to have life on those boots as well, but I don't have life on mine, so I can't be too picky. We have cold resist on here, decent strength. Here we have the increased armor and energy shield, because I mean energy shield kind of translates to life for you, but this one is still not good. I wouldn't consider wearing it. Here we have spell damage. It's again, it doesn't really know what it wants to be. It has spell damage, but then it has attack speed and lightning damage, which doesn't do anything for spells. So it's somewhere in between, which makes it terrible. Spell damage, fizz damage, halfway decent physical damage, very low attacks per second. It's a very low, very slow weapon, so I probably wouldn't use that one either. Although it has a 3-link, it has decent physical damage, but it's just too slow for my taste. And on top of that, it's a wand, and for wands, I personally, I don't think that wands at this level, at level 35, are really viable to use just for their attack or attack damage. Mostly you use wands for the spell damage, so casters use wands, but if you have something like Power Siphon, you usually level your character until level 50, 60, and then you switch to Power Siphon once you're there. Beforehand, it's just clear speed is too low and it's just not enough damage. So all of these items we can sell to the vendor. Okay, the next point on the list is finishing normal. For that we have one more zone, the Scepter of God, that we have to go through, and then we will fight the last boss of Act 3 and go into the next difficulty mode. Because this last fight is quite challenging, I was trying to max out my resistances and I found a way to do it, because I had some things that I found still in my stash. So right now, with all the gear that we had last episode, I have max fire resist, so 75% is max. My cold resist is lacking and I'm almost maxed out on lightning. But I do have this cold ring, which overall gives me 40% cold resist. There's rarity on there, so that gives me some chance to find rare items on the boss, which is good. And then I found these boots, which have 2 high resistances, fire and lightning. If you compare them to the ones that I'm wearing right now, you can see that I will lose some movement speed, which is not great, but I go from 29% overall resistances up to 44. So I think that's worth it. And here we have rarity as well. And we have higher evasion. So if you compare armor and evasion, I get an increased value. So what I will do is I will switch out the boots, and then you can see that that alone doesn't really do anything, but I'm overcapped on both fire and lightning now, so I can get rid of... the easiest is one of my rings. I have fire and lightning resist on here, and I have relatively high lightning and all resist, 3 all resist on here. Since I have the 3 all resist and the 29% increased elemental damage, which gives me additional damage through my aura, on this one I will choose this one to get rid of. And that brings me to 75, so maxed out fire, 72 cold, and 68 lightning. I think that's the best I can do right now. And this will be my setup to go to the boss. And now we'll go to the Imperial Gardens and find the entrance to the Scepter again. Alright, I just entered the Scepter of God, so let's see what this place is all about. You can already see some corpses on the floor. So there was some slaughter going on. And in here you can see aristocrats and evangelists. So let's see what they do. These aristocrats have a lightning based attack. It's Lightning Nova, but it has a different different skin to it, basically, so it looks a bit different. These guys are interesting to fight. Evangelist, this one with powerful crits, is actually... will hurt. Let's see. Yep, okay. So what they do is they will cast... I don't even know what kind of attack it is. Whoa, my health is going down pretty fast. They will cast this sign on the floor, and if you stand in it, when it comes up, it will damage you. I think it is physical damage. And this guy has powerful crits as well, so that hurts. And the thing with those guys is, I mean, you can evade all of this, but if you're a ranged character, there's an additional difficulty, because they will have a proximity shield around them from time to time, and this shield here makes it so I can't hit him from here. I have to go into melee to actually kill them, because nothing from outside of the shield can harm them. So that's an additional difficulty with those guys. But overall, not too hard. So you've already seen the lightning damage. These guys we already know. They deal cold damage. Here we have an Evangelist again. I always try to kill the Evangelists first, because I believe they are the second most dangerous monsters in here. There's one that I think is more dangerous, and we'll definitely see that one. A blacksmith strongbox. Okay, so I don't want to mistake in a blacksmith again, as I did before. You can get a rare item, so I would say blacksmith should be weapons. Yeah, armor is any piece of armor, and blacksmith is weapons. We have one additional rare item, which could be interesting for a weapon, because we could use an upgrade. 5% quality doesn't really matter that much. Ignites you when activated, means that any life regen will be diminished, and it explodes, so you kind of want to get away from it. So that's why you open, and then you use your movement skill to just get away from it. By the way, the explosion doesn't have to be right at the start. So even if there's just one monster out of this one left, don't just run in, because the box could explode while you're running in to kill this one last monster, and in later difficulties this explosion could one-shot you. So be careful about this. So I'm trying to stay away from the box itself while I kill all the others. Well, we get a claw, which doesn't really do anything for us. This brass maul, yeah, will not do anything for us either. Okay. A chance up is better. I'll take that. So the layout in here is always round. You always have these round areas. Oh, here we go. That's the most dangerous. These guys here, the Croaking Chimeral. They cast Arctic Breath and they have Leap Slam. So they leap on top of you. And this Leap Slam deals a ton of damage later on if it hits you. I mean, with my setup, it doesn't really hit me that often anymore. I'm waiting for the Arctic Breath, actually. But if it hits and you have a couple of those guys jumping on you at the same time, that's instant death. Come on, do your Arctic Breath. Okay, let's go in here. Oh, here we go. So, if they cast this and you run into this, you're chilled for a certain amount of time, which means your movement will be slower, which makes it more likely for them to hit you with their Leap Slam. So the combination of the two is really dangerous. I think I died once or twice to those guys in here. They're, in my mind, by far the most dangerous enemies that you will encounter in here. Life Leech, interesting. Okay, Life Leech support gem. This one is actually really good for both melee attackers and for summoners, because Life Leech, instead of, there's another one which is called Life Gain on Hit. For this one you actually have to hit with a melee weapon, but for Life Leech you only have to attack and deal damage, or cast and deal damage, because this one is calculated by the amount of damage that you deal. And of that damage, so especially for crit builds, this can be really interesting. If you deal a crit and it's an insane amount of damage, and you heal 5% of that insane amount, that should heal you right up. So for high crit builds, this gem is really valuable because it basically makes it so if you don't get one shot, you just need one crit and you heal straight up to full. So we'll pick it up. This might actually at some point be interesting for us as well. Okay, I mean, I think that was... Whoa, yeah, you can see how much damage that dealt. That's basically the different kinds of monsters that you encounter here. Okay, one thing that I want to say is, I told you that the layout is round, and you're looking for stairs in here to go up to the next level, because the Scepter of God has, I think, 3 or 4 different levels. And those upstairs and also the downstairs will always be in corners. And here, I don't even have to open this door, because this is the corner and I see enemies in here, so I know that the stairs will not be there, because at the place or in the room where the stairs are, there will never be enemies. So I can already go on and go over here. Let's go up here. Just gonna do it a bit quicker here. So here you can see this is the middle part up here again. So I want to check the northwestern corner now. So I have to go in here. There's only... And here we go. You can see the red thingy, which is the sign for the stairs. And we're 1 level up. And here it's the same again. I think it might be this level or the next for the zone boss. Since this zone, pretty much the same as on our way to Vol in Act 2, has multiple levels. You will only get a zone boss once in these 3 levels or so. And I think it might be on here, or maybe 1 up. Okay, I'm just gonna try to kite them a bit. Okay. I am a bit careful here because I don't want to run into the zone boss and have a bunch of mobs trailing me. Because the zone boss here is actually quite dangerous. Okay, actually I didn't even need to go in here. So again, there were monsters in here, so on this side you will not find stairs. So now I have to find a way to the other side, which would be here. Oh, that's a bit too much. Whoa, okay. That looks like the zone boss. Did you see that explosion of lightning traps? Yeah, that definitely looks like him. The zone boss here is called Caligulatrix or something like that. And he basically, it's hard to tell him apart because he looks like these guys. So at first it's really hard to even see him. And he uses lightning traps. And he throws multiple traps at once. So like those guys, but a ton more. Was he here? Or was that just... Because I don't see him anymore. He might have gone somewhere else. Now I want to check this. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's him. You can already hear it because just putting down all those traps, you know, you can hear the sound that it makes. So you don't want to stand there where he throws his trap. You can see how many they are, and if you're on top of all of them, lightning will shock stack you, as you might remember. And if even one of them shock stacks you, all of the others deal 60% more damage. So yeah, you don't want that to happen. Your life could go down really, really quickly. I mean, I'm trying to just evade him as much as possible, and he's still dealing decent damage to me. So just try to, you know, do it this way, and you'll definitely get him down pretty quickly. But and you should always wait for the traps are still down. I think one or two should still go off. Yeah, just always wait for them. Even if you kill them, don't run in. Wait for them to go off before you go in. Alright, that was this guy. Okay, there's no stairs here. I don't even have to look. So now we're going down here, and here we can find the stairs. Nice. We had a level up, so let's just put that in. My middle mouse wheel is completely fucked up, so whoa, that's where this is coming from. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're going into dexterity here. Stairs up. And as you can see, I put myself into the proximity shield. I can still hit everybody outside. Oh yeah, I should probably mention that as well. If somebody has a proximity shield up and there's other monsters in that proximity shield as well, you can obviously not target those monsters either. So it's, if they don't really hit too hard if you go in melee, then if they're bone stalkers or something like that, that hit really hard if you go in melee, it's probably not a good idea. Whoa, 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 okay. That's some powerful crits. Something in here. Yeah. Okay. Now we can kill him though. I like to kill the blues. Because I do need some better gear. What was that? Elemental Aegis. What is that? Let's see. I did get some already. Elemental Trinity. Aegis. Have at least 75 resistance to fire, cold, and lightning. Really? How did I do that? Wait, what? What happened? I don't even know how that happened. Oh, I probably used one of my flasks and that has, yes, +% to elemental resistances. Okay, so I used my Quicksilver flask and the 23 additional that it gives me puts me over 75 on everything. Yeah, okay. That kinda... I had to think for a second there. Alright, and waypoint. Let's kill this guy first. What do we have here? Resists pretty much everything, but not this one. Haha. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to town. Try to pick up the waypoint. It's especially good if you sometimes play in a group, and if you wanna help somebody kill Dominus, which you know frequently happens. It's always good to have this waypoint. Anyway, going back to town, and I'll be back in a sec. And here we are again. My zone reset, but it was really easy to find the next flight of stairs, and this one will lead you into a new zone which is called the Upper Scepter of God. So we're going in here. Okay, here we are. There's not too much difference in terms of the types of monsters up here. In terms of layout, you can see a difference, being that the area is not as easily accessible. Well, let's just say, you know, there's some parts of the floor already being erupted and blown away by something. So the higher you get up, the more decay of the area you will see. Oh, this guy actually hits fast attacks. What do I have here? Temp chains, yes. Weapon elemental. This guy is really fast. Quick and fast attacks.
Back into the ground with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's just go through here. Yeah, so you can see it kind of makes it easier because usually the way is pretty straightforward. So, you know, I don't really have another option than going through this door here. There's nothing else available. So you can easily just kite your way through here. Okay, 2 options. Let's go up here. Because I'm looking, I don't know, there might be 3 levels again in here as well. I don't want to miss the zone boss, that's why I'm going in here. But I think it's not on this level. I probably have to go up another one. Here we have allies move and attack faster. We don't want that, so let's get rid of the allies. Okay. And let's get over here. Here we have our way up. You can... Okay, here we have Void Bearers. We've seen those guys in docks. You know, same kind of attack. So nothing really new here, just a different design.
Come to me, Exile.
And we have Katarina here. Yeah, I think we can do that. What do you want? Revive a corrupted corpse. And then what? Oh, I think I have to... Okay, maybe we're not doing this. Because... Yeah, I shouldn't even have started this. Well, I will fail the mission, I can already tell you guys. The thing is that... First of all, this guy will be attacked by everything. And he might be killed anyway before I find the place where I'm supposed to lead him to. But even apart from that fact, as I said, it's 2, 3, or even 4 levels for this area, and I don't want to search that far. Oh, okay, it's actually over there. Well, that's convenient, so we can still do it. But this could have easily been on another level. Okay, so it's not through here. So we basically just have to make our way through here, get rid of all the Void Bearers. And that's easily enough. And this guy, I mean, it takes quite a bit to actually kill him, so he's quite durable. And we have to bring him here, and then he transforms... I think we did this before. He transforms and then we have to kill. And he gets some friends. Well, and I think he explodes as well, right? No? Okay. Well, anyway, let's quickly go back to his master. Hello, Katarina. Alright. Thank you for the mission. And we'll continue. Okay. So up here, this might be the boss. Nope, this is stairs. I will actually, well, these stairs go up. I'll check for the boss. If I find the boss, oh, that's actually the boss. Okay. Alright, so Paradise Venenum is actually kind of bugged out, or maybe I'm lagging. It's not really attacking me. Okay, now it's attacking. So the thing with this boss is that it devours corpses. You can see that it's almost down to half health right now. But if I attack it, or if I bring it down a bit more, it starts devouring the corpses of any enemies that I killed. I'm not quite sure. This seems to be bugged out. I'll try to lead it out of here because there's some corpses in here. Here, there's a corpse, and you can see what I mean when we get close. Come on. Do the thing. Why is this not working? I just want to show you what happens. Come on, follow me. Follow me. Ah, here we go. Okay. It devoured a corpse, and now you can see back to full life. And it will continuously do so and devour more corpses. So right now, as it devours corpses, I can try to kill it, but it's pretty much unkillable. You can see that. So what you have to do is you have to get this guy to an area where there are no corpses around, or you have to wait long enough until he devoured all the corpses. So I think that's actually the case right now. And after that's done, you can easily kill it. This gets really really difficult if later on maybe you have a map, so an endgame area where you have necromancers and skeletons around as well. Well, actually, once the corpse is devoured, it can't really, a necro can't do anything either. Okay, so here, let's just keep going. That was the zone boss, and here, the first time you come here, you see a steel cage here, and there's somebody in there. If you click on the cage, you rescued this woman here, and that's the Scion, and that is actually another playable character. You start out with 6, 1, 2, yeah, 6, and this is the 7th character. Freedom, it's an achievement. So from now on, you can play the Scion. You could make a new character now and you can play a Scion. That was the problem that I had when I started this playthrough, or this tutorial, because I needed a gem. My main gem, basically. Spectral Throw was a gem that the Scion got at the start, but no other character. So that was that was pretty stupid of me. Okay, so here again we're looking for, it's not here. This was the edge. And oh no, we're actually not looking for, I was trying to say we're looking for stairs, but this is the last zone. Here we have another set of stairs, and if we go through here, we end up on the rooftop. Now on here, we will have our boss fight. You can see these tubes here with figures in them as well, and there's some guys over here. I just want to look up what exactly everybody here does, and then I can explain to you guys exactly what's going on. Okay, so you can see that there's a couple of guys waiting for us here. Here You have Dominus, but you will have to fight a couple of other guys first before you fight him eventually. So the first one right here, Imperator Stantinus Bitterblade. Okay, he has Cyclone, and he deals cold damage. So he comes cycloning your way. He sometimes stops and then starts cycloning in a different direction. He is relatively easy to deal with, especially if you're not completely melee. Then the second one right here, this guy, Draconarius Wilhelm Flamebrand, as his name tells us, has a fire attack. He has Leap Slam, so he can basically close the gap between him and you very quickly. And then he has Lightning Strike, but it is a fire strike basically, so it is not lightning based, it is fire based. And the last one, he has the Compulsor Octavia Spark Fist, and she is lightning based. So this is why we have cold, fire, and lightning. This is why for this fight, and not just for the first one, you should have ideally maxed resistances in all three. So the last one, the Compulsor, has Spark, and that's actually totems. So she will put 2 totems up that will cast Spark, and she uses Lightning Warp, which is mainly transportation, I guess, but can also damage you if you stand where the Lightning Warp comes down or where it originates. These guys here are just normal guards. They go down really quickly. And this is the first wave. I'm actually going to talk about all the waves, because once I fight, I can still point out things to you guys, but I don't have time to look up specifically what their attacks are. So for the second wave will come out of these here in the middle, and there's Alal the Terrifying, which is a miscreation. She deals chaos damage with Viper Strike. She's pretty dangerous, so I try to focus her down as fast as possible. Then there's Kali the Crazed, which is also a tentacle miscreation. Those are the ones that we saw on our way to Piety, the ones that kind of have these arms up and fire at you, and you can evade the fire just by shifting left and right. Fire-based attack. And then Orcus the Reaver is the third one of the second wave, and he uses Smoke Mine and Reave. We talked about those skills before. Reave basically will increase the area of its attack the more it hits, or the more often it hits. So that's the second wave, these three. And the second wave will start straight away after you kill all 3 of the first wave. And once you kill the second wave, you will fight Dominus in his first form. So you basically have 4 different parts of this fight. You have the first wave right here, those 3. You have the second wave out of here. You have the first form of Dominus. And once you kill the first form, you get the second form. But we'll get to that shortly. One thing that I want to do before I start here is I don't think I will necessarily need it myself, but I want to show you guys, if you have trouble, especially with the second form of Dominus, there's one key thing that you can do. Get your life flask. Ideally you should use the 37, required level 37, so the colossal life flasks at this point. Transmute them, and if you're... okay, I have 2 more. I don't necessarily want to use alterations if I have to, so I'm just gonna use my transmutes here. I mean, this is a good flask. I can use this one. What else do we have? I will use something here. No. Okay, I'll use some. It doesn't really matter to me. Remove freeze, evasion rating, no, no. Removes burn, not what I wanted. What? Oh, do I have to get more here? Okay, let's get more. You should not burn as much currency as I'm doing right now. You should maybe invest 2 or 3 and see if you can get something. Okay, I'm just stopping here. What you're trying to get here is what else do I take? I think I'll take this one. What you're trying to get here is something, a flask that has what is it called? Removes bleeding on it. So try to get a life flask with removes bleeding on it, because the second form will basically put a bleed on you that is pretty strong, and that mainly is the damage that it does. So if you can get rid of the bleed by just chugging a potion and drinking from a flask, the fight will be quite a bit easier. Okay, that was enough talk. Now let's get to fighting. As you can see, I'm standing over here all the time, and you know, they're not doing anything because I have to go here and trigger them first, which I will do. And for the people that do this fight the first time, go up, trigger it, and then go all the way back here. Because then you can try to lure them out one by one. And normally the first one you get will be this guy. He will use his leap slam to get right to you. Come to me. Okay. And then you can just try to kill him first. You can see that he definitely deals some damage to me, especially his leap slam. But I'll take it. And now the second one that I'm trying to get is actually not her. Well, yeah, I wanted to get him. You can easily kite him with your ranged attacks. So he's super easy to deal with usually. He leaves this, you will be chilled if you're kinda following in his wake. But it's, as you can see, it's not a hard thing to kill him. And now there's only the witch left. I mean, we can kill those guys as well. Whoops. She has to be down here. I want to get that scroll. And the only thing you have to be careful about here is just not stand too close to the totems, or kill the totems that she puts up. I mean, the health of the totems is not that great, so you can easily kill them as well. So I killed her now, and now Alal the Terrifying comes out. That's the one that uses the Viper Strike, and also here we have the Craze. That's the one where we can evade. I mean, you can see that it's, you know, not taking a lot of damage here. Well, actually, this is the guy with Smoke Mine and Reeve. So he can pretty much teleport to you, and then use his Reeve, but just kind of get out of his influence. Okay.
That would only slow me down.
And now we have Dominus that is fighting us. So this is the third part. We have Dominus is now over there, and we have all these creations that come out of here. So he uses this. Whoa, okay. This attack is a lightning-based attack. His totems are cold-based. So if you stand in here, the damage over time will increase. So he will deal more and more damage with the totems. It's kind of like a Searing Bond totem, just with cold as the main fire, the main element. Here we go. So this here is his lightning attack, and that actually deals quite a bit of damage, as you can see. And if I go melee, well, he puts his totems. Oh, whoa. Damn. Okay. if I go melee, the touch of God, you kind of have to get away from him. When you have this sign over your head, that's when all of these guys will activate, will run towards you, and will explode in your face if they come too close to you. So they transform into exploders. So be careful about that. You can evade a lot of damage, not necessarily this one. You kind of have to... Well, you can. I mean, if he starts, you can just jump out of most of it. But you can't completely evade damage here. So just try to get hit as little as possible and try to hit him constantly so his energy shield doesn't go back up. Oh, that was... and you can see also that it leaves... the ground here is shocked. So where he does his attack... Oh, okay. That might have been dangerous. I have to remember to use my leap slam, actually. I'm forgetting that all the time.
Die in awe.
Some people watching this might say, oh man, you're so slow. But I'll take my time. And you can see, this one touch of God pretty much almost killed me. So let's do the touch of God again, because I just want to show you guys how dangerous, especially that one attack is. But I wanna be full life when I'm doing it. Okay, let's go in. Oh.
The touch of God.
No, that's not a good combination. Come on, hit me. Not with this. Touch of God. Come on.
The light of divinity.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Didn't hit. Well, anyway, the touch of God is really dangerous. So I got him down. This was the first form. And now, what I usually do for the second form is I open a portal right here. Be sure that you open it within this circle. Because what happens now is that that's the main form, like the real Dominus. And this guy, as I said, will put corrupting blood on you, stacks, and if you have removed bleeding, you can remove these stacks. Corrupting blood is a degen, so you can see that my health is going down. And out of these portals here, he will spawn monsters, so you kind of have to kill these in between. And the rain that you see outside will kill you, is I think also giving you stacks of corrupting blood if you stand in it. And if you're in it, you will die really quickly. So you have to stay close to this guy, because around him there will be a shield that will protect you. So I can show you, if I go outside here, yeah, I get stacks, and you don't wanna you don't wanna collect those stacks, because that will basically degen you to death really quickly. So stay inside this circle. That's the main thing here. Try to kill off the ads while dealing damage to him all the time. Yeah, once you do that, that's basically all there is to the fight. I mean, your flasks, you should be able to get your flasks back just by attacking him and by killing the ads. If not, use the portal that is still within here and go back to town and fill up your flasks and come back in. But we didn't really have a problem killing him. So here we go. This was normal difficulty. You can see that we have Lady Diala coming out, congratulating us. And now you can see the outro. Woohoo! End of the game. Yeah. Now you have all the credits coming here. We obviously don't have to see that. Lead designer Chris Wilson. I pay homage to Chris Wilson. So once you're done having a look at that, you can just press escape and you come back here. You can collect any items that you want from here, and once you're ready, you can click on this portal here and it will bring you to the Twilight Strand in Cruel. And this might ring a bell, because the Twilight Strand is the first area of the game that you start in. that's basically where we woke up after our ship crashed. So that's where we will be again, just in Cruel. I will end the episode here though. I will go into Cruel, and there's a waypoint there right away, so you can just go back to town, sell some stuff, and then keep on going. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We finally finished normal difficulty, and we will continue in Cruel next time. Give the video a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you want to support me personally. And I'll see you guys in Cruel difficulty.